2024 brings you a lifestyle show from people you know. Now, Central Valley Today.
Americans love eggs. The average person consumes around 285 eggs per year. And while there are lots of ways to enjoy them, sunny side up, hard-boiled, poached, over easy, over medium, ask almost anybody and their first choice will probably be scrambled. So in anticipation of National Egg Day on June 3rd, Australian chef and culinary director of Two Hands Hospitality, Barney Hannigan, joins us to share his technique for restaurant-quality soft ribboned eggs and a dish that puts a delicious spin on a family favorite. So welcome, Chef Hannigan. All right, I have heard that the true test of any chef is how you make eggs. So I'm excited to talk to you today. There's an art to making the perfect eggs. And is there a step that some of us are missing?
Yes, most likely. It is a bit of an art form, and it is, test number one for my chefs in the restaurant on day one. But really what we look for, and, is key for Two Hands is high quality ingredients. In this case, pasture-raised eggs, a really good non-stick pan, and just a lot of patience is going to go a long way.
Yes, I think eggs are a finicky ingredient, so you need to be really patient. So you've perfected the technique for making soft, ribboned, scrambled eggs. Can you show us how it's done?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll kind of go through the process of how we, compose our dishes at Two Hands. So this spring we have a soft ribbon scrambled eggs, which features a macadamia nut pesto, which is macadamia is a native nut to Australia, and fresh basil in there, some fennel seed, really brings like a lot of life and aroma to the dish. That is also paired with a nice spring pea salad that accompanies the dish. We've got some fresh shelled peas in there, snap peas, some really tender leaves, and a lot of mint that really kind of marry well to the pea. And then most importantly is our scrambled eggs. So we use pasture-raised eggs, a bit of heavy cream, and we blend our eggs using a stick blender. So we get a really good blended egg mix. And then the last step with the egg mix, which really helps us achieve our soft ribbons, is passing the egg mix through a fine mesh strainer. And that just really breaks up the cell structure of the eggs entirely, which allows you to get that soft ribbon. So to cook our eggs, we want to get our non-stick pan up to a medium-high heat with a little amount of extra virgin olive oil in there. And then to the oil, we add our scrambled egg mix straight into the pan with a little pinch of sea salt to season that up. And this is where the patience really comes into play. We want to make sure that we are moving the pan around slightly just to allow some even cooking, watch for some little bubbles to start to appear on the bottom of the pan. Bring in any sort of like cooked egg from the outside using a rubber spatula, rocking that pan back and forth to kind of create a bit of a bow, and then just roll it up on itself using your spatula to create a nice little ribbon nest.
Oh my goodness, you made that looks beautiful. You made that look so easy. And it is surprising. You do need patience, but it is really surprising how quickly a beautiful scrambled ribbon egg can come together. I love the tip about passing it through a strainer. I'm going to do that because it makes even when you put your raw egg in there, it just looks totally different than when I whisk it with just a whisk or a fork. I love that. But eggs are not all the same. So what are your preferences when it comes to eggs and why?
So Two Hands overall, we're committed to sourcing from purveyors whose values really align with ours at Two Hands, and Vital Farms is our exclusive egg provider. They hit that mark for us. They themselves work with family farms that really focus on the hens' welfare. And that really sustainable agriculture aspect of farming as well is a big point with Vital Farms, which is what excites us about working with them.
I think eggs are one of those ingredients where you can really tell the difference between a good quality egg and a not so good quality egg. But there are all these different labels like cage-free or pasture-raised or all these different things. What should we be on the lookout for? What do we want our carton to say the next time we're shopping for eggs?
Yeah, so it can get confusing and intimidating when you get to the egg section in the supermarket. But really, what you want to look out for is that pasture-raised description on the egg carton. That just ensures that the hens have had a happy, healthy lifestyle. They have access to roam around freely. They have lots of sunshine, lots of fresh air. Which really closes that loop on the holistic, farming practices for happy, healthy chickens, which is going to give you a really delicious dish.
Yes, happy chickens, happy eggs. Well, I'm excited to try out this new technique when I perfect my eggs for breakfast. Where can we go for more information and recipes?
Yeah, so the recipe and the technique is going to be listed on the Vital Farms website, on their Vital Kitchen blog. And you can also get this dish right now through spring and summer at all of the Two Hands restaurants across the country.
Okay, perfect. Barney, thank you so much. Happy National Egg
Awesome.
Day.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks for having me on.